Rhodolite, Spessartine, Demantoid, Tsavorite, Uvarovite. What color is garnet? What color is garnet not? Gem quality garnet is usually red, purple, pink, orange, yellow, or green. You should collect them all, and I'll help you by telling you about the types of garnet and what you can expect to spend as you begin building your collection. If there is a particular type of garnet that you're here to learn about, check out the links and timestamps in the description below. The term rhodolite comes from the word rhododendron. Rhodolite garnet is a trade term referring to an intermediary between pyrope and almandine garnet. Pyrope garnet is usually a blackish red or a purple. Almandine is usually a brownish red, and you've probably seen almandine garnet in estate jewelry. My rhodolite garnet is a rectangular cushion weighing 10.08 carat, and because of the size, it looks darker than smaller rhodolite stones. Most rhodolite available is between 1 and 5 carats and has a vivid pink, purple, red color. This is also considered a color shift garnet. It measures 14.85 by 10.47 millimeter. It's hard to tell on camera, but the depth of color and its different moods are much easier perceived in real life. Rhodolite inclusions are known commonly to be too small to be seen with the naked eye. And the hardness is a 7, which is why my ring doesn't have noticeable scratches. Though in this lighting, you can see my fingerprint on the surface. When I bought this ring in 2019, it was worth $5,500 retail replacement value, including the mounting. The stone by itself was valued just under $3,000 at the time. For those who love the color and are contemplating buying a rhodolite but want to spend less, easy peasy. Most of the price of my stone comes from the fact that it's hard to get a good red-purple color as opposed to brown-red in this size. So just go smaller and you'll be fine. You can find rhodolite garnet for under $100 in smaller sizes or darker colors. And you can find it for $10,000 in larger sizes with vivid red, purple, pink colors. If you're looking for fine color, consider also Rhodolite Garnet, like this one from Walton's Jewelry. Gem quality Spessartine is in the yellow and orange to orangey red range of colors. Spessartine. Do you hear that? Go ahead, comment below about how it's called Spessartite and that I'm saying it wrong. Propel me further in the algorithm with your comments. Make my day. I'm kidding. Sorta. It can be called Spessartine or Spessartite, but it's Spessartine. It is a super underrated garnet and a common preference to citrine because in high qualities, it has a rich Fanta orange color. It can be quite valuable in high qualities. But just like with rhodolite, you can find Spessartine that is very inexpensive or very expensive. Garnet is priced according to size and quality. If you've been shopping around for colored gemstones, you've probably heard of price per carat. This is commonly misunderstood at the consumer level. Many customers think that each gemstone has a specific price per carat, but this isn't the case. The price per carat is based on the quality of the individual gemstone. And the most important quality factor for colored gemstones is color. In the industry, we say color is king. So a less desirable color will have a lower price per carat than a more desirable color in the same gemstone type. When you visit your local independent jewelry store shopping for Spessartine Garnet, let them know your budget. They can help you get the best quality stone for the amount that you want to spend. Your local independent jeweler may also have recommendations for you based on your lifestyle and other jewelry in your collection. They may recommend to use zircon, which is not a type of garnet, but it is a beautiful and underrated gemstone that also comes in orange. Many people are surprised to know that Demantoid Garnet, the green variety of andradite garnet, was discovered in 1868. George Kunz, the famous gemologist whom the stone kunzite is named after, bought up a bunch of demantoid rough from Russia in the late 1800s and sold it at Tiffany's, immortalizing demantoid as a fine gemstone. You may have seen it before in Victorian-era jewelry, as it was more prominent in jewelry during the height of production coming from the Ural Mountains, most of which has been depleted for decades. While Russian Demantoid Garnet is hard to come across these days, customers have fallen in love with Madagascar Demantoid thanks to the ethical mining practices of Prosperity Earth. Madagascar Demantoid doesn't have the famous horsetail inclusion that Russian Demantoid is known for, but it is a brilliant stone equally deserving of the name Demantoid, which means diamond-like. Demantoid Garnet's hardness is a 6.5. This shouldn't discourage anyone from wearing it. Just be mindful that because this type of garnet is softer than quartz, and wearers often come in contact with quartz dust in day-to-day life, it's recommended that you treat it with the same care or maybe a little bit more care than you treat all colored gemstones. So don't wear it to the gym or in the garden or while you're doing dishes or cleaning your house. A little bonus advice for you. Any jewelry mounted in gold should never be worn in the pool or hot tub because of chlorine. Chlorine eats the gold. My Demantoid here is a trillion cut mined in Madagascar from Prosperity Earth. It weighs 0.87 carat and measures 5.7 millimeter. When I bought it in 2022, it was worth around $1,300 at retail replacement value, not resale value, but keep in mind that's based on weight, quality, and market value at the time. Demantoid Garnet can range pretty drastically in price depending on quality and origin. Fine, Russian Demantoid Garnet with horsetail inclusion is considered a collector's stone and can be some of the most expensive garnet on the market. But if you like the look of Madagascar Demantoid, which I personally do, I think you'll find it more attainable, so you can ask your local jeweler about sourcing Madagascar Demantoid from Prosperity Earth. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do with my stone, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can see it once it's mounted in jewelry. Tsavorite Garnet, or Tsavorite Garnet, named after Tsavo National Park in Kenya, is green grossularite. Like other garnets, it's known for possessing natural beauty and stability without the need for treatments, such as oiling, fracture filling, or irradiating. Unlike emerald. You thought I wasn't gonna throw shaded emerald, didn't ya? Please, this is a garnet video. Tsavorite is most valuable when it is a true green or a pure green, meaning no yellow overtones. My tiny Tsavorite stone here is only 4.5 millimeter, so it's much smaller than some of the other garnets we've looked at in this video. I wish my personal collection consisted of every garnet in every size, but it's just not there yet. This little guy here was worth a couple $100 retail replacement value, again, not resale value, when I bought him in 2021 because of the size. Tsavorite can be very valuable in large sizes, and honestly, it's hard to even get in sizes over 10 millimeter. It exists, but it's hard to find. Tsavorite is around a 7 to a 7.5 in hardness, which is as hard or harder than quartz, and is tougher than emerald and a great stone for an engagement ring. Most significantly, Tsavorite is over 1,000 times more rare than emerald in sizes over 3 carats. You can ask your local independent jeweler about sourcing Tsavorite Garnet from Bridges Tsavorite, owned by Bruce Bridges, whose father actually discovered the stone. I have links in the video description to video interviews with garnet professionals such as Bruce Bridges of Bridges Tsavorite and John Ferry of Prosperity Earth. So definitely check those out if you want to learn more. Uvarovite Garnet is not Demantoid Garnet or Tsavorite Garnet, but it is green. Uvarovite crystals are so small that it is used in jewelry as a druzy, or a cluster of tiny crystals, as opposed to a faceted stone. Uvarovite is a 6.5 to a 7 in hardness and is quite rare. There are actually more garnets that we didn't get to, so let me know all of your garnet questions in the comments below. If you want to learn more about garnet, I refer you to Parlay Gems and their podcast, Gem Junkies, which I'm going to link to in the video description. If you want to shop their product, you can ask your local independent jeweler about Parlay. Which garnet is your favorite? Let me know in the comments.